Welcome back to the show. Straight out the mud. We had a few things go wrong today, but we back in the building. Let's get it. I'm here today. I'm your boy J Dub. This is my dog Boots.
What's
Boots,
up?
go ahead and introduce yourself one time.
Yeah, Bo's here from Southside Jackson, Michigan, 517 Wall Street. You know, old school back in the day kids, Charlie Terrace, you know what I'm saying, Franklin Holmes, all around there.
Shout out to the Cellar Terrace, baby. All right. Before we get started, man, I just wanted to talk about some things. I went to the gym today and I was working out, and after the workout, I started to think like, how important is it to incorporate mental wellness, spiritual wellness, as well as physical wellness, um, to maximize my potential, or for all of us for that matter, instead of just focusing on one aspect of life. Because there's a lot of people who are focused on one thing. They go to church, they're spiritual, whatever, but they're not taking care of all the other aspects either. And I know it's not easy, but I just believe that once we reach a level where we're giving all that we can give in more areas than just one, we become a fine oil machine, a fine tuned machine.
Right.
I can't be rolling on three tires and one of them is locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me to achieve maximum potential, I have to be firing on all cylinders. And a lot of times that get neglected. And by becoming older and more settled and mature, you start to notice different things, my thought process or just the way I look at things in general in life.
Right.
So, what you think about that? Like, as far as people being one-sided or maybe two-sided, but they're not taking into accountability the mental, physical, the spiritual aspect of life.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that out here in this world, you know what I'm saying? And, you only last so long being out of balance. Like you saw, use the metaphor with the three wheels working with the one wheel. That one wheel will set you back. You know what I'm saying? So people got to understand that to operate fully in this world, you got a spiritual side, you got the mental side, you got to have an emotional side, dealing with your emotional feelings on the inside. A lot of people don't. A lot of people look good on the outside, but inside they toe up. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a social side. You got to be sociable. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to share themselves with the world. You know what I mean? Sharing yourself with the world is being part of the world, as in not, how can I say, not being like, being part of the community progress and things and the positive stuff that's going on in the community and stuff like that. A lot of people try to withdraw from that. So, and I understand because, in our community, people do get burnt by doing different certain things. They get burnt spiritually, they get burnt emotionally, they get burnt out mentally. But in times like that, you got to reflect and reset yourself.
Mm.
Ain't nothing wrong with taking and writing a journal. You know what I'm saying? I used to think that was gay as hell back in the day. Writing a journal, discussing what's going on, but it really do help out. When I start doing it really do help out. And then looking back and see where I came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that really told me that yes, I'm making progress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can tell you can see the progress what you got going on.
And you said something about connecting with the community and being more social.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think COVID played a part in that? Because if we look back at when we were kids, and I wanted to come find your Boots, I can tell where everybody's bike was, where he was. Or I can go by the park and there's 50, 55, 60 people playing on the park, you know what I mean?
Right.
And nowadays, like, we preach social distancing so much, it almost became a way of life now. Social distancing.
Right. And the social media, we didn't have that back in the day.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? If we had social media back in the day, it'd be a lot more, stuff, a lot more beefs, going on. Yeah. And back in when we grew up in the 90s, you had to be outside.
Had to be outside.
It wasn't no staying in the house.
Nah.
And we had game systems like we got now. It wasn't like you could connect to somebody and play online and all that stuff like that. You ain't got that. We didn't have that. So you had to be outside.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kids, because, other social media and other things, other like scares and stuff like that come with social media. Like, you're going to have to look at be policy in the neighborhood and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They make it like, no, I ain't put my kids out there like that.
Yeah.
So kids are a lot more chunkier nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, they're a lot less, so they're not socially inept.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What else? Some kids, they're not emotionally inept either because they don't deal with the issues that are going up and down. They get the stuff, and then they get the ass whipped.
Shit, it's making them soft.
Yeah.
It's making them soft.
Right, where they can't deal with that stuff because, you know, ass whooping is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or setbacks is going to happen in life.
Yeah.
And it depends how you deal with them setbacks and how you bounce back to tell the character that you have. And a lot of these kids just ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder sometimes, like, how much does social media play a part in, like, relationship beefs?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or in how you raise your kid, how they becoming more rebellious, or how they doing certain things, like, because you can only govern that so much.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell them, you can shield them from watching this on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You can shield them from going over here where they're exposed to this, that, and the third. But the minute they get on their computer or their phone, it's right there anyway.
Yeah.
Everything you try to keep, you're teaching them one way how to live life, your beliefs, your morals, what you stand on. You teach them to be militant and teach them, you know, whatever. But they're looking at somebody else's point of view now. So you're not the only person in their ear now.
Right.
They can hear what mom and daddy say,
Right.
but they also can go in their room, close the door, and be manipulated by
social media. Yeah.
social media, whoever's on there. So to me, it's like it got good things, good points about it. Got pros and cons.
Right.
But the bad things that media bring, I don't think we ever gonna be able to get rid of that now. Because it's steady perpetuating. It's going faster and faster.
Right. Now, other countries like China and Japan, if you look at their social media, they don't show no negative shit. They showing kids, you know what I'm saying, doing math, building stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They showing all positivity amongst their people. This is because, you know, people like, well, why you bring race? The Chinese is a race of people, or nationality people that's doing it to build up for their nation, to build up their generation from, you know, more and more and more. They got a 100-year plan, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Japanese. So you ain't going to see Japanese women twerking the butt, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and acting a fool and all that stuff, and being ratchet. You're not gonna see the males out there running around with guns and sagging their pants, and you know what I mean, for real, you're not gonna see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But coming over here in this so-called democracy, where you know, which is more of a hypocrisy as we was taught growing up, you know what I'm saying, that you get fooled by that stuff.
Right.
In the capitalism and stuff like that. How much is your soul worth?
Right.
You know, that's really come down to.
Yeah.
How much is your soul really worth?
Deep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't put these morals, what the Bible say, you train as a child the way that he goes to never leave them ways.
Yeah.
If you never train these people, you know what I'm saying, or your children, this is gonna happen.
Did you see? I might want to look up something real quick. Did you see on TikTok is supposed to be banned, like in January?
I mean,
it over here.
I heard stories that Trump wanted to ban it. Yes, I heard or they caught the CEO back in the day over in Canada. They arrested the CEO and all that. I heard a lot of stuff like that because they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you can tell the difference. You ever go? Have you ever bored and you switch over on the VNP numbers, whatever, and you look at Chinese TikTok? You know what I'm saying? You see what the kids over there doing in China and what they watching, and then you see what our kids is watching. Completely different.
And that really ties into what we were talking about in the first place at the top of the show when we were talking about what our mind, our body, our spirit, and all that. Like what you feed your body, it's gonna have either a negative impact or a positive impact. What you feed your mind is gonna have a negative or a positive impact.
Right.
Even the music that we listen to, like you said, we can listen to negative music and it becomes a part of your fabric because it's these subliminal messages that we get. But we love, as a people, we love that negativity. I don't care if it's the news. Instead of you looking at the stock market or you looking at political things that can affect you directly, we rather watch. It's a fight right here. I want to see what happened. A bar fight over here, or 10 people just shot up overnight over here. We're gonna gravitate to that.
Right.
I don't know why, but we're excited to see the negative instead of looking at shining the spotlight on the positive.
Correct.
And taking away from that and growing from that. But I think subliminally this becomes a part of our fabric, even the kids. You know, you think you got your family and friends on social media, but you scroll up and down that timeline, you can't control what people putting on there.
Right.
So your mind is steady being conformed by what you see. So,
and it has an effect. You know what I'm saying? So, and they ain't really, you really can't, I can say you really can't, quantify the effect that it's having on people and stuff like that. You know, so like just the media in general, even the mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? How they pump up the fear, a lot of stuff about a lot of things and stuff. And with no backing and no sources, the anonymous. You listen to my anonymous source. It's an anonymous source. It's not a real source. You can make anybody can say that, make some shit up.
You can make it up.
Right. So, and the same thing in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Where we go from. We don't live in the neighborhood. I should say, not the hood. You know what I'm saying? That where we from and stuff like that. The nigga net, this word of mouth and gossip. Negative gossip go fire.
Yeah.
And then what I'm saying, one negative gossip about you is just gonna beat you getting starting a podcast and you doing wonderful things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had shit on this to break up the negative that he doing this, that, and the third. Instead of okay, he made a mistake, which people make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's bouncing back. You know what I'm saying? Right. Ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
But look at the positive. The good outweighs the bad.
Right.
They don't look at it like that.
I think that's gonna come from. That's gotta come from the older generation taking accountability of what was left before, and also noticing the change that's coming about and guiding the youth a little more better than what we've been doing now. Because now that's us.
Right.
That's us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Social development in the black community is not really good, though. You know what I'm saying? We're not. If you look at they trying to, and I'm guilty of it too. We having our kids, boys be basketball stars or football stars. You know what I'm saying? We want our girls to be, something that's, more compliant with society. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm with you.
And it ain't trying to put them in the STEM and all that. We don't hype it.
It's a small box. It's a small window.
Correct.
You got to be one of these things.
Right.
I got you.
To fit in American society. You know what I'm saying? As a African American human being. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which they created. So, you know what I'm saying? If you go against the mold, which you can do, and it's hard, though. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very hard. But you go against the mold.
Because it's not being elevated. It's not being talked about.
No, it's not.
Because I remember my son, when my son was coming up and he was small, he wasn't into sports like that. Later on, he did. He got into wrestling and whatever, but he wasn't into sports starting off. Well, I would go to the barbershop and you would hear different ones that had kids, and all they would be talking about is my kids in this sport or that sport. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking about this kid being in no band. They're not talking about no kids being in no science club.
Nope.
They're not talking about him building robotics. They're not talking. They're not talking about that.
Nope.
They elevating. Oh, he's one of little Christy playing, and there's nothing negative about that. But it was only that. It like he don't have no other options. He's not smart enough to do that. Like what happened to the intelligent?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Activities that could be a part of.
Right.
It wasn't that. It was just all athletics, and it felt like it was. I remember my son told me like it's like that. Like you wish I played sport this or that or just sitting there listening to what all the other fathers were talking about. My daughter was in sports at that time.
Right.
But and I probably was showing a lot more enthusiasm
towards her
to what she was doing than the book club, or, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the way we was brought up, and like it's crazy because you don't, like you said, you don't right away. You don't notice those small changes when they're so minute. But if you take a caliber, the thing you put the pencil in, and you can you got the sharp point on it, and you can draw and make a complete circle or whatever. Or it don't even have to be that. You can take the smallest measuring instrument that measures the half inch, the 32nd, the 16th of an inch, and then 32nd, and I don't know what comes after that. But if you go to the smallest number, right, and you go up to the next whatever increment is. I don't know what it is. Whatever the increment is, to the naked eye, you wouldn't be able to see it. Right? But let you go out 10 miles out, you'd be so spread apart because it's moving in incremental steps.
Right.
Like they say, you boil a frog and you won't know you're boiling because it's moving so slow.
Right.
It catch on here, get adapt, and then adapt, and then adapt. Next thing you know, he's boiling. Well, you can get off I can be off and you not see it. Look like I'm on the line, but way down the line it'll be spread so far apart because it's steady moving in those incremental steps, the direction of the going.
Right.
We sometimes don't notice those changes right offhand. What we're doing, how we functioning, because of what we heard or what we took in or whatever. You know, you don't sit down and just eat a candy bar and be like, "Dang, I feel like I." No, but keep doing that every day.
Right.
It's the small things that once you get to where you're going, you realize you have missed the mark by so much. I feel like that's what I don't think nobody is intentionally trying to stifle our growth as a community, as a people. I don't think you're intentionally doing that. I just think we got lulled to sleep. We got rocked to sleep by not being able to recognize it right offhand with the naked eye.
Right.
And then you look 10 years later like, hey man, we should have been doing this. We should have been teaching this. We should have been training them how to do this. You know what I'm saying? But it get harder with every generation because now you got to go all the way back and everybody got to be on board to go clean up all this mess.
Right.
It's almost impossible. Now you're trying to fix something that started way back when.
Right.
Because our people didn't do it and they people didn't do it. And it just kind of got off track.
Right.
They got off hand. But I don't even know if you can fix it now. Maybe one at a time.
And also being focused on that, the past, like you're talking about, we didn't have that many because of our lifestyle and our thought patterns. You know what I'm saying? Most of us didn't make. I mean, I'm 45. I didn't think I was gonna make it to be 45.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of brothers thought. Brothers and sisters thought. You know what I'm saying? So with that type of thinking, you're not thinking for like, what can I be doing the next 5-10 years from now?
Yeah.
You know, that was always a strange aspect of thinking to me when they used to come in school with that shit. What you gonna be doing in 5 years? So I don't know. I'm gonna be here next 5. I don't know. No, seriously, I'm gonna be here the next 5. I mean, shit. So it came into a more of a lackadaisical type attitude when it came down to the future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. If it happened, it does. If it don't, you know what I'm saying?
Because we didn't see too many people doing it.
It's that too.
We didn't see too many. It was very few people that were role models that dreamt of what they were doing and did it.
Right.
It kind of fell into, you know.
Well, we had the people around us, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't hyped up like that.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the real talk. It wasn't really hyped up like that. What was more hyped up was the rapper, the dope boy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What else is more? The athlete, of course, we talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the way to get quick, expensive money real quick, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the reality, though, it don't really happen like that.
No, even now, you look at the ones like if you have a black business owner, he came up 3 ways. Either you came out the dope game, got your money up, and tried to switch it up because you got a case, now you want to switch it up or whatever. You inherited it, or you got this lawsuit money or something from some sort. Right. But it ain't too many people that just grinded it out the mud and got it that way. Right. I'm not saying there's none, but it's so small.
And it's not it's not really discussed. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, what we talked about earlier in the conversation, it ain't like it's a group coming down to teach.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like business and all that stuff that. No. You know, because you really don't need an MBA.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you can really run the business just taking this. You know, the people need this product. You know what I'm saying? We got it. We can supply it. We can make it happen.
And you stand a better chance doing something realistic like that than going to the league.
Yeah.
Your chances of going to the league is small.
Yeah, it's real small.
It's short-lived.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that went to the league now that's broke.
Yeah, we grew up with them. Yeah.
It just, you know what I mean? They wasn't taught how to prioritize. They wasn't taught how to save, how to invest. They weren't taught that. And then you ain't gonna get nobody no money that never had no money before. Right. Expect them to do the right thing with it.
And that's another thing too, right there. You hit it out the park, because you know when people ain't never had money before, when they finally get it, you know what I'm saying? You see the real true self in that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see the real true who they really are, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's just being spending and flirtatious, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, they think they want to be a social lion and have, you know, and that brings more enemies, because you know what I'm saying? You know, in our community, you know, you doing too much, we got to get this cat, you know what I'm saying? The crab in the bucket mentality. So, and that's why black people don't want to stay after segregation. They don't even want to stay around other black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, there used to be doctors around here that you go to, teachers and stuff like that you could talk to and stuff, dentists and stuff. Because we had to provide them services for ourselves, or they wasn't going to provide it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But once segregation blew up and you can move anywhere where you want to move to, You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, fuck the black. I ain't trying to stay down there. You know what I'm saying? I want my kids to be better educated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to worry about that shit.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, but
if you can level up, that's how it should be. Your mentality don't have to be that way, but if you can do better, do better.
Right. And the thing is, we was never taught to let our communities as gold mines like that.
Right.
We taught them looking as hoods.
You got to come back and build that up.
Right. Or stay there and build that up.
Or stay there.
And a lot of people don't want to do that because, like I said, the crab and bucket mentality, the stuff you got to deal with. Some, not to be negative, some people won't be against you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just against you, just to be against you, just to antagonize.
Right.
They ain't got no plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And your plan worked. It's certified to work. You know what I'm saying? And you put it into action, but they ain't got no plan. They're just doing this just to be the antagonist. So, and they want the clout chasing and fame too.
But then the enemy, but then it's a negative connotation that comes with that, because a lot of times when you get it, and they'll tell you, I don't care. You don't have to be a rapper or no athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect no person with a lot of money to stay in the hood. And I'll say why. Because you have so many people that's not going to understand your struggle.
Mm-hmm.
They're not righteous. They're not moral.
Mm-hmm.
So you a quick lick. If I know you worth this much or you worth this much, that's why you see anybody that got money, they got security. Anybody that got money, they're like, man, listen, you made it. Stay out the hood. Because you stay there so long, you become an easy target. Even though your mind is on straight, your head on straight, you're trying to be positive. Look how many people was murdered in the hood. Maybe not our hood, but in the hoods, were doing something positive, giving back. But somebody looked at them as a quick lick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be the enemy. So you almost feel like you got to do something for them, and everybody gonna expect something from you now,
right?
Or you think, or you made it up and you ain't being real, you ain't being loyal. Everybody want. You want family members and everything that's gonna come with their hand in your pocket.
Right, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate it got to be like that because we're not. Social development in the black community has really been down technically since at least we had Black Panthers back in my parents and all them. Had Black Panthers. A strong, devout NAACP. You know what I'm saying? It was ain't shit no more. I won't go into my problems. They I'm being 100.
Right.
They create. It's created by white folks. They gonna do. Only way they gonna jump on, they gonna get some clout from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all these, even NOI, it's not the same NOI that me and you grew up with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we not Muslims or nothing like that,
right.
but we know if NOI came down, the brothers came down with the bow ties and stuff like that. We knew something was gonna pop them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just militant.
Right. And that social development has basically just been gone.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Even the Greek fraternities. I'm not a black Greek fan, but the Greek fraternities ain't like how they used to be either. Right. They all corrupted and all messed up too. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So all the stuff that we had to build organization, to build up social development, to build better youth has been corrupted. Man. And destroyed to the point that, we might have to start all over again or, renew some of these principles. Right. You know what I'm saying? And in order for them groups and they got to be independent, because in order for them groups to get the money, they got to bow to transsexualism, homosexuality, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Integration. I'm not, I ain't trying to say integration is bad, but, black people need black spaces, just like white people need their space. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't nothing against nobody. Just everybody just need their space to take the time out from work. I'm here with my people. Right. You can't sit at this table with us because some white people will tell you the same thing. You can't sit at this table with us. Asians will tell you the same thing. Mexicans. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Because they need their own personal space to do what they do. But when it comes down to us, they make us feel guilty about things like that. You know what I'm saying? And we never accepted that, we could build this space and make it more than what it is. Right. The story I always use, I'm going to shut up after this. The story I always use is the merger between the NBA and the ABA. Remember, the ABA was the black league. You know what I'm saying? The NBA was a white, you know what I'm saying? They had no three-point line. You couldn't dunk, do alley hoops and stuff like that. Right. But once they merged and see how good the ABA was, before the merger, see how good the ABA was doing with the dunking and all that stuff, and Dr. J and Artist Gilmore's and all these players coming in from the streets, you know what I'm saying? We need to have that over here. Right. So they did what they could to merge. And this is the thing about integration. It's a business concept. It never was, you know what I'm saying? Where you take the best of certain groups and you bring them into your group and all the rest of the group fall off. You know what I'm saying? It's a business concept. It's a business term. It was never a term for like, social development or social whatever, justice and things like that. It all had to do with coming out of doing business and dealing with the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So they took the Dr. J's, they took the Indiana Pacers, the Denver Nuggets, you know what I'm saying, the 4 top teams, all the rest of the teams fell off. You know what I'm saying? And they ran with it like that and took the rules too, if you notice. The 3-point line was incorporated finally in the NBA, you know what I'm saying? The alley hoop, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff they had in the ABA. They was the first one that had a dunk contest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they incorporated that in the NBA and took it, stole the ideas. Same thing with Negro baseball. That was the biggest thing we had, business that we had. A Negro baseball league.
School boots.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm using a sport analogy. I know we talked about sports. I'm just using it as an analogy that, when we had our own type of stuff like that and we was doing it, they would come to our stuff, but they weren't going to see their own, you know what I'm saying? Right. And they won't let them play against them like that. You know what I'm saying? But once again, when integration started with Jackie Robinson, they just started picking off players. We want him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So where the pool got lesser and lesser.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's what we kind of face with now where, the pool is getting lesser and lesser. You know what I'm saying? Black History Month ain't like how it used to be when we was growing up.
No.
Nowhere near, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So where the history coming from? We need to do DEI and the government not gonna teach you your history. Right. They're gonna teach you what they want you to know. They make you, what I'm saying, just give you enough. They ain't gonna teach you the whole swath of it.
Right.
And how that came about.
And you gotta be careful with what you get taught too.
Right.
Because it get manipulated a little bit. The facts don't line up all together. There's so much stuff I learned in school history, that you found out later that had no accuracy whatsoever.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it behooves you to do your own studying.
Right.
At this in the age that we're in now, information is at your fingertips.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take it from one source.
Right.
You can actually combine. You know what I was thinking? We are all scientists. Mm-hmm. Whether we believe we are or not, we're born scientists. Right. Everybody. Because all the scientists is what?
Just looking at the social environment or the environment and testing and trying it out.
Somebody that's trying and testing something out every day. I don't care what it is. There's so many things that you learned on your own that nobody had to teach you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just by doing something that common sense. Right. So in a way, we're all scientists. But you have to dig. You almost have to be a scientist in life to try theories and ideas to make sure they're true. Moving on to the next topic. I was more engaged this year in the presidential election than I've been in a while. I did vote the last election, I did, but it was almost off impulse and almost off emotions and whatever. Everybody's voting this way, then I'm around, so I gotta vote that way. But this time I was more engaged, right? And I wanted to know, what do I stand to gain from this person? Mm-hmm. What do I stand to gain from that person? I can't just jump out there and vote for you because you black, or I'm just vote for you because you're a man, or just vote for I'm just giving you the name. I can't. Let me know it makes sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I had a couple thoughts on why Kamala lost, and the one thing was I don't think she had enough time. Yeah. I feel like she was thrown into the fire and she didn't get an early enough head start. And then secondly, I didn't understand how we're gonna give sex changes to prisoners. Yeah. Off our money, off tax dollars. I didn't understand it. Because normally when you pushing for a gay agenda or whatever it may be, you're trying to get that vote. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. What did you stand to gain from saying that? Mm-hmm. Even in the prison system right now, they're trying to keep sexual activity down. Right. What are you gaining by sex changes for prisoners? Mm-hmm. Like, what politically, how did you think that was going to move the needle from you? You got people that are religious that don't agree with it. Mm-hmm. You got people that have been victims of people that are criminals that's locked up. Mm-hmm. Why are they getting this treatment, and why do you think it's necessary? I think that's my two things. I'll let you tell your two or however many you got, but I think for me, those are the things that I think kind of stifled her.
Yeah, and also, like we talked about earlier, when she ran at 2020, she barely got 1% of the vote amongst her own party people. You know, prosecutors, historically, do not make good presidents. You know what I'm saying? Most of your good presidents was former governors. You know what I'm saying? They did something in the executive branch. You know what I'm saying? That they was high ranking in the executive. They was governors of the state. You know what I'm saying? Or they was politicians other ways. You know what I'm saying? They did stuff with the state. They was representatives and things like that. Lawyers and prosecutors, because they already in the system, they yes man. You know what I'm saying? So she really couldn't. That show, because she really couldn't formulate her own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anything she came up with, she didn't come up with that new idea. That you know what I'm saying?
No, she didn't.
Now, and I was hoping that she would. I mean, because I didn't want to vote for her, because the last person I voted for black was just Obama. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh wait, that's the last right.
And he failed you.
Yeah, that's on a different story. You know what I'm saying? But you got to come with. But the thing about what made Obama so good though, what different compared to Kamala Harris was, we talked about it. He will make you feel good with one of his speeches, and he will give you, even though it was vague, hoping you know what I'm saying, change. Even though it's vague, you can still hope and change or something. But you made it in your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She didn't have nothing like that.
No.
Everything she had was Trump this and Trump that, and I don't want to hear all that. What you gonna do to move the country? Right. Now, no matter how you felt about Trump, he a racist or whatever, people left a Trump rally feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Or they had something humorous to say about that he did something stupid on stage or something humorous.
He was very entertaining.
Exactly. And that made him feel good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people are gonna remember you how you make them feel, not what you do for them.
Do you think the Republican Party is being replaced by the MAGA movement? Is that the new movement? Is that the new political party?
Oh yeah, MAGA. Yeah, MAGA's not going nowhere for a while. You know what I'm saying? That's call it white racism, whatever you want to call it. MAGA's not white backlash like Dr. King said and all them. It's not going nowhere for a while. You know what I'm saying? Conservative. They say they conservatism. It's not, because you can go too liberal, like you said, with the transsexual. That's too liberal. Right. Nobody want that.
Way too liberal.
Right. I don't want my 14-year-old daughter. She can have an abortion on her own. Right. That's too liberal. I'm the parent. Why you gonna how you gonna take me out the game?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When they try to take it into their hands, they gotta go to school to learn about it. They can learn from at home. Let them put what they need to have in there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They psyche, not going to school.
Right. Exactly. And if you gonna do all that, at least make the school system better. Right. Not just on sex ed. Right. Make it all the way across the board better, which they're not gonna do. Right. You never heard no cousin. We're gonna redo education and make education more up to standard that it should be. You know what I'm saying? Right. Of a industrialized nation. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So they don't want to be educate people around here anyway. But right. Another reason Kamala failed too was using race identity politics. You know what I'm saying? Just say you was an Indian woman that was indoctrinated in the black culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not a black woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. You just, your mom was Indian, she had you around black folks.
You down white.
Right. And ain't nothing wrong with that, because we know a whole lot of white folks is like that. We know a whole lot of other people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but when you try to say I'm a black woman and I did no.
You felt like she tried to play on the race thing to get more votes?
Yep. Yeah. No, and that was gonna take it too, but the thing about it though, when it came back to it, it didn't make people feel, let me say, good. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main part of that job. If you're running for office anywhere, you got to give people something to look for. We can talk negative all day, but we want to see how positive the country's going to be and how we're going to shape the next 4 years.
Right. What you think the next 4 years is going to look like? That's a long time, man. It might not seem like it is, but it's a long time.
The next 4 years, hopefully we get out this inflation. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been kind of struggling these past 4. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still maintaining and making it. But hopefully get out. When Trump was in office, I ain't gonna lie, I brought my brand new car, all that stuff like that. I'm almost done paying for it now. But, you know what I'm saying? Brought a brand new car. Was kicking it, doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Trying around the country and stuff like that. But then when the Democrats got in, it was just, after COVID and everybody being on lockdown. Mm-hmm. And they never really came to the American. That's another thing too. They never came to the American people saying, "What y'all need." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling and stuff like that as American people. What can we do? What can your government, do for you? Right. And some people get offensive by that remark, but you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of mental stress going around on COVID. It still is to this day.
Still is.
Yeah, that where mentally people just didn't. They never really bounced back. Kids not going back to school. So you got a whole generation just miss school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what's the plan going to be here to move forward? Pretty soon these children are going to be teenagers and adults. A lot of homeless. Yeah, I see this many homeless people.
I'm seeing more, Rob, I'll say, man, I've been seeing more than I ever seen around here.
Mm-hmm. And it's just not black folks, it's white folks, scandalous as hell. Like, damn.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She gave, you know, so me working at the mental hospital, I see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I don't hear about a lot. I think they're not talking about that a lot.
Sex trafficking is bad in Michigan.
Really?
It's really, really bad.
Around here?
Yeah, around here too, man. Watch your daughters. Watch your son too. You know, they ain't giving a fuck. They ain't how it used to be. They snatch your daughter, you know, your son. Now they snatch both of them cats up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded though.
Yeah.
I ain't wait. I'm telling you right now, I'm not waiting on the police to answer me.
Nope. The police services is short.
Yeah.
The police ain't the police no more.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, they can't even lock cats up no more.
Right.
They gonna let you go. Cats got DUIs, they'll just let them go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not a good thing, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, the only thing, you got a murder case, a serious ass high felony.
It reminded me of that thing they did in Chicago with that, they was calling it the Purge Law.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
The Purge Law where they're saying the Democrats are the one that brought that though.
Right.
They're like, it's not equal because some people might have money to place a bond, the other one might not have the money to place a bond.
Right.
But you can get caught for DWI, breaking in, all these different crimes.
Mm-hmm.
They had a whole list of them.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge anybody to go on YouTube and look up the Purge Law in Chicago, and they were letting people go. They weren't even going after people that cut their ankle monitors off and all that. So.
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot of people that were scared that was leaving Chicago at that time. Like, I'm getting up out of here. What are we doing?
Right. If you ain't got a murder case, a severe dope case, or, you know, a severe felony like a rape or something, you know, off the wall shit like that, child endangerment, they're not gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't said today, if you got your lights out or whatever, your insurance is, we're not gonna jump on you for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got better stuff to do. And plus our department is so short that I need this officer for this homicide over here, or, you know what I'm saying, or this car accident, this serious car accident over here. I ain't got time to be messing around with, you know, you calling because you feel like these children are acting bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's getting to that point where they want to instill a program here in Jackson County where they want to, like, people like us, you know, just medically, man, in the mental service, ride with the police and stuff like that so we can ride with them on situations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to pay that money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that for no 15. You know what I'm saying? $12. No, I'm not doing that. I need, you know what I'm saying? I got a family feed too. I got to deal with stuff too. I want the benefits.
They might only doing that because all the backlash they get from when they going after people and manhandling them and coming to find out that they have mental issues. So now it looks like we're taking progressive steps on how we deal with these people. So we can say, yeah, well, we had a mental
person there.
Yeah, we had a service worker there, a health worker there that can help us coach through these things. But yeah,
I had an incident once in Jackson County when I was working for this place. You know what I'm saying? And and the mother, she's the guy who was going through it. She owns a whole lot of places around here dealing with mental health. You know what I'm saying? So she know the key words to get the police there. My son was trying to come in. You know, he live in the I can't say where he live at, but you know what I'm saying. He live within the city though. You know what I'm saying, white boy. My son trying to come in. So I was supposed to visit him, and he's on my list to visit to go check up on. We check up on what you need. You know what I'm saying? Can we help you out? You know, whatever. So they blowing me up, like, you know, this dude trying to come in, blase skipping. So the police is there. You know what I'm saying? 4-man police squad. They about to, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the military before. They about to kick in the door. Had the, you know, the shotgun at the base. You know what I'm saying? About to kick in his door to stop him from committing himself. So I like, man, let me talk to you right quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, tell them that you're not. They'll go away. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's all you already gotta do. Is I'm not homicidal. I'm not. Just my mama keep fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I just wish she'd leave me alone. And you know what I'm saying? And now that then that's what he did. And I told the officer that I was cleaning up from there on my end, writing a report and all that stuff like that. You know, the reason for that story though was a lot of that stuff could be squashed off like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the police about to go in and kick in the door, and they ain't gonna have, you know, once they get to that point, you know what I'm saying? It's fair game after that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people, like I said, you know, you can tell with these shootings that go on like that in our city and in other cities like that. If you would have a mental health expert Or the police will go through some psychology classes. Because it's easy to be a cop. All you gotta do is go through what? Take some amendment classes, some constitutional classes and stuff like that, and go to the range. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what they gotta do.
So
I know they got a big responsibility though.
yeah, they do.
They need all the training they can get.
Yeah, right. And some of them, they don't get much. Like I said, they don't get much training like that. You know,
Mental health training.
right? Compared to overseas, where you gotta be trained for 4 years before you become a cop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, we talking about a different society too. There's no guns there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, look at their crime rate. Look at the way they handle things. I bet it's a way better approach.
Yeah.
People ain't just getting killed all the time.
No, better medicine too, socialized medicine. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody goes to the doctor, because you know what I'm saying. That's another thing we got to talk about in our community. We so afraid of the doctor. Cause there's been ingrained in us from the situation we've been here in the North America that we don't fuck with doctors like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Right? No, seriously, we don't.
Bro, it take a lot. I have to be dragging my leg. My arm have to almost be hanging off for me to go to the doctor. And it probably shouldn't be. I know it shouldn't be that way, but it's hard for me to put my well-being in somebody else's hands.
Right.
And that's why I say it's just time to start taking better care of myself, so I don't have to end up in nobody's doctor office. Like I ain't trying to do it.
No, we ain't trying to do it. So and that's another thing that helps that deal with the scares, and a lot of us dying young of diabetes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And things like that because we don't go to the doctor. Yeah. You know.
What was switching topics?
Right.
Because I don't want to hold you too long. I'm a Laker fan.
Okay.
But let me rephrase that, because I'm more of a Players fan.
Okay.
So like when the Detroit Pistons won, I like the Detroit Pistons.
Right.
And I like their squad. When they dismantled, I think I end up liking Cleveland.
Right.
So I'm a LeBron fan. So when he ended up going to the Lakers, I like the Lakers. I like what he stands for. I do. I like how he's a family man. I like how he take care of his friends and family. I like how he don't have no off-court issues. I like how he a king to his queen. He's not in the news every time you turn around.
Right.
With something going on. I don't think his son should be there. I don't think he should have brought him there. I don't think Bronny is ready. And I also think that the Lakers is trash right now. And LeBron should leave. I know people gonna hate what I'm about to say, but he needs to be out and go to the stadium somewhere. Y'all both old. Y'all played good in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it together and try to get a championship before you tarnish your legacy. But the Lakers is wasting your time. They're not putting nobody around you. I don't think nobody want to go there. No. And he don't have but maybe 1 year left. Maybe 2. I think he physically he can stretch it out to 2. But what's the point if you having 2? You like.
Right, you're not doing
win, right?
Like doing what Tom Brady did.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I can see that point. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in it to win it, why mess around? I agree with you about Bronny too. You think Bronny came back from a major heart surgery.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 1 more year of college would have done some justice.
Man, he needed to stay, man.
Yeah. 1 more year of college would have done some justice on that.
He wasn't that good. He was only averaging 4 points.
Which ain't bad coming off as a freshman with a heart surgery, with a heart murmur. You know what I'm saying? For real, that ain't bad. You had a heart murmur doing that shit?
The only time you get worse is not score a bucket.
Right.
He had 2.
He had 2. You know?
So, man,
how many assists do you have?
Rebound? Look that up.
Assist and rebound, you know what I'm saying?
I can look it up real quick.
It's in the phase of the game, but is he an NBA player right now? No.
No.
Now the younger son that's coming up?
Yeah, he's better.
He about to be a mice. Yeah, he about to be a super beast.
But I feel like Bronny is taking up a roster spot to go get somebody there that's ready to play. Just like he had Dalton Connect. Right. Dalton Connect, he came out, he balling.
Yeah, he balling.
If you could have 1 more guard like that, or a big that's balling like that, the Lakers wouldn't be so bad. But right now, man, they need help.
Also, a lot of people don't like playing with LeBron.
Yeah.
He's not the most lovable athlete to play around and stuff like that. Not that he's demanding like a Kobe Bryant, because he's nowhere near.
No. Right. Or Jordan or Kobe. No.
It's just that all the circumstances just be around him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He had AD there. I don't even count that championship, the bubble championship. Yeah. I don't even count that championship because that stopped the momentum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that gave him some time to rest up and come back at it again and hit it hard.
You don't know what you're gonna get with AD, man. One day he come out here, drop 35, 40. The next night he got 14. He got 7 points. You'll never know what you're gonna get from him, man. He totally inconsistent, man.
They put their money in Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? Who's decent, but Way gonna be better than him. What's his name? Connect.
Y'all Connect already better. Yeah.
He took his spot already, basically, because
Yeah.
get Austin run the point.
Yeah.
Which he's more of a shooting guard. You know what I'm saying? They try to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's another move I'll make. I do that. I get rid of it. You need somebody. They have no defense. They can't hold nobody. They can't hold nobody.
No, they can't hold no. And the West is very younger. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And their team is kind of old, man. Their team is kind of old. But
yeah, the West. And I don't see them come. I mean, same thing with Golden State and Durant. To me, Durant really, he had his chance too. He blew it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just, you know.
Yeah. I feel like Draymond ran him off a little bit, man. He ain't like to be showed up.
He could have been at OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Harden and all that was around. Harden had his chance. Harden definitely had his chance.
If they were who we thought they was going to be like in their prime and they stayed together, that would have been a nasty team.
Westbrook, Harden, Ibaka.
Ibaka, yeah.
Kendrick Perkins.
Kendrick Brown, I ain't never like Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, but he was still a solid center.
He was a big body.
Yeah, he's still a solid center.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they had some players, and just, you know, but it just never really worked out because they were still young and they didn't really take the time to find out to win with each other. You know what I'm saying? So when KD left and did what he did,
they all wanted to be stars. They all thought they was supposed to be a star on their team.
Right.
Russell didn't want to relinquish that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That 1-2. You know what I mean? He wanted to be the man, and right there, what he should have just fed Kevin Garnett.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing with James Harden. He was coming off the bench then. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Playing a role, but then
he was a 6-man.
Yep. But then when he came off the bench in the playoffs, he just disappeared.
Yeah.
So it's what kind of dude you gonna fuck with. I mean, what kind of person you gonna get? Even though you might say they have good careers, James Harden and Russell Westbrook, if they don't have they still went to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they still went to.
But you know what I'm saying? And it just look bad they ain't got a ring.
I don't think they gonna get a ring though. No. Westbrook might get one
with Denver.
Yeah, he might get one with Denver.
We'll see.
Denver's solid.
Yeah, they're solid.
They fell off a little bit. But they lost some pieces. They fell off a little bit.
They lost Sclavion Pope, and he doing his thing with the Magic.
Yeah, he cold.
Yeah, so
the Lakers had him too. They should have kept him.
Yeah, Detroit should have kept him. Hell,
the Lakers could. The Lakers, yeah, Detroit had him too. The Lakers could have kept him. They could have kept Brandon Ingram. Mm-hmm. Just them two alone. Yeah. Pope, Caldwell Pope, and Ingram. I heard they're trying to get Ingram back right now.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Ingram, who was that? Ball. They had John Randall.
Yeah, well, Ball just came out that knee surgery, man. They did that. This is the first time they ever did a knee surgery like this on an NBA player. Where they took the cartilage out of a cadaver, put it into his knee, built his knee back up. They didn't even know if his body was going to accept the tissues or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But they said he back now.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't see the game, but I know he had his first game back.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't gonna be the same player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately,
ain't nothing like his brother, boy.
No, LaMelo's
This is what I want to tell you about. This we'll wrap it up, but everybody was crowning Anthony. What's his name?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. Yeah,
Anthony Edwards to be the next up and coming, superstar of the league, the face of the league. I beg to differ. Ja Morant, bro. If Ja Morant win a ring, that's all you got to give him is a ring. Right. Ja Morant is exciting. Mm-hmm. He's talented, and all they got to do, and he's winning. He's a winner. Yeah. Memphis is a and out of all teams that got a superstar, you can't name no team that's worse than his. Like he has no pieces around him. Oh. When we're talking about all-star pieces around him,
he had the defensive player of the year.
When we talking about all-star players around him, he is the least accompanied. You go Anthony Edwards. Go Anthony Edwards. Who he got with him?
Rudy Gobert. Right now.
Who else?
John Randall.
Right. I mean, you can go to any team. Go look at Denver.
Yeah.
Stacked up. Right. Go to New York.
Yeah.
Stacked up. Mm-hmm. You go over there with him.
I mean, he got Bane is okay.
Bane is not no all-star.
Okay, but Jackson is though the center.
Yeah, he's up and coming.
Yeah, he's defensive player of the year.
Yeah, but when you talk about these bigs, he ain't in that conversation. No. Name these when you go through Greek Freak. You go through Giannis.
Right.
You go through Joker.
Right.
When you go through Anthony Davis. When you go to Joel Embiid.
Right.
When you talking about even that boy out in Cleveland.
Right. Darnell Mitchell?
No, Mosley.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's about, yeah.
When you talking about these bigs, man, Porzingis.
Yeah.
When you talking about these bigs, Jackson don't really fit in that.
Right.
He just decent. He ain't really no better than me than Steven Adams was balling.
Yeah, Steven Adams balling. Yeah.
But he's not accompanied by enough help on that team on Memphis, bro.
I can say that. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the top 5. If we had to name the top 5 players in the league, you know, the majority won't be from the United States.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Wemby.
Yeah, Luka. Yeah, you got you know what I'm saying? A lot of especially younger. Yeah, they ain't gonna be from the United States. So the competition got kind of fierce. But Anthony Edwards on the American side, I really don't see him coming out like that.
I got Ja Morant.
You got Ja Morant?
I got Ja Morant right now. I think he got the youth. I think Ja Morant, he electrifying.
Like Shai Gilgeous from Alexander from he from Canada.
Oh yeah, he cold too.
Yeah, he from Canada, so it's gonna be hard to get an American player that you know what I'm saying.
And they got a team.
Yeah,
they got a squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard on the American tip, player tip. And they saying what Kobe was talking about was AAU basketball kind of destroyed the American basketball.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? And then my son, he in the AAU and stuff like that deeply and all that. So whatever. Yeah. And you can see the comparison between European basketball and AAU basketball.
Yeah.
It's more AAU basketball is more athletic, where the European cats is more skilled.
They more skilled. I think they've been playing for a longer time too.
Yeah, they have. They can do a lot more. They ain't trying to hop out the gym, but they'll bust your ass down from like 15 feet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to still figure out how Joel Embiid ended up playing for the United States.
He became a United States citizen.
Okay.
They wanted him to play for France or Cameroon, but he didn't want to do all that. He been in the French team, probably could have won it. But then again, Joel Embiid, I think he's about done.
Yeah. Talking about he ain't gonna play for so many games.
Yeah, he's about done.
Yeah, he about done. He can't stay healthy.
Right.
And that's the NBA. They're asking now: are they playing too many games? Because injuries is out of control right now. They out of control. There's too many people that stay injured. Man, look at Kawhi Leonard, man. Anthony Davis always hurt. Look at Joel Embiid always hurt. Porzingis always hurt. These must stay hurt.
But the thing is, what they doing in the offseason though too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys like Zion Williams, you talking about him. Like he could be up in the conversation. We just took care of his body.
I forgot about Zion.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about Zion. He was a beast, but you know what I'm saying. But he not taking care of himself. He banging broads all day. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the money, like we talked about earlier in the conversation.
Eating. But I don't know because Shaq was doing that. And Shaq bigger than him. Shaq was eating cheeseburgers and Shaq was doing it.
But Shaq was like 7'4".
And that's even worse for your knees.
I agree. That's why it's really going. Shaq could have had 10 rings. He really would have focused on it.
Yeah, I think he ain't taking
it. He take it serious.
Like a Dwight Howard, man.
Yeah, he was. I mean, without the gay shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he was like a Dwight Howard. Once and being a big guy, a big black guy like that, you got to play the smug role. You can't play like the aggressive,
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of people hate you and shit like that. You won't fit the narrative. Even Giannis, he was saying some stupid ass shit sometimes. Like, come on,
Giannis. I like Giannis too, man. I like Giannis.
Like chicken dinner. Like, what the hell did that got to do with it?
Right.
But so you got to play that kind of. But he can't play the aggressive, mean role, like you know what I'm saying. So. But
That wrap it up, man.
Before we go, who the best American player though? You said Ja in
American player.
In basketball.
Are we taking the totality of everything or just now?
Yeah, just now, right now. Going forward. This is where the future of the NBA sits at.
Ooh.
See, it's hard to pick. It ain't easy no more.
You almost got to go with Anthony Edwards.
Mm-hmm. You can go with Ja. I can still see Ja, you know what I'm saying?
The only reason why, because Ja, I'm going with Anthony Edwards right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about Ja for the future, but right now, Anthony Edwards has put more time in. Like last year, not more time as years played, but recently, Ja missed so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who had the better year last year?
Yeah.
You gotta go in. So until I see the end of the year, then I can go off.
But who beat who in the playoffs? Ja beat Minnesota in the playoffs with Ant.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
It's between them two for me.
Right. It used to be between him and LaMelo Ball, you know what I'm saying? But then Charlotte ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I had to pick an American that, you know what I'm saying, I can see that's going places and stuff like that. Even K be getting triple double for the Pistons.
Yeah.
But you on a team that's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, you know. So it's kind of hard to pick a young American that's up and coming. Like I say, Shea from Canada, can't pick him. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting tougher and tougher out there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to cheat.
No, go ahead, because it's hard to pick a young one. I'm trying to tell you. He ain't got no trouble yet, thank God, Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you call it, or injured, no severe like LaMelo did. Ain't got no trouble like Ja with the guns and shit like that. Another stupid, stupid motherfucker.
Hey, man, that's the question I'm gonna have to pose to the chat, man. I'm gonna see what they say in the chat. I don't know.
Cause it's hard. If under 30, who the best American?
I don't know.
And it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Now you pick the whole swath of the NBA. You know, I think women gonna be the truth. Yeah, for some years coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
American player, I don't know right now. I have no idea.
And and then you look at the college level. You can't pick one that's gonna be.
That's a good question, man. I want to see what everybody got to say. Put that in the chat, man. Who is the best American NBA basketball player? Right. And we'll talk about it next week on the show. We'll reveal.
Right. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
But Boots, man, you got to come back and chop it up, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate it.
One time. We got too many topics, and we both knowledgeable brothers. We can tap in on everything.
For sure.
We ain't just stuck on one thing, man. I feel like there's so much to dive into, but there's only so much time that we got. So we out this mud. Remember, man, do like we did. Got to straight out the mud.
Out the mud.
Thanks for joining us. Now we're back.
All right, peace.